So this is the curve number 3. It's one of the most important ones. And so you see, it's impressive what they've done. I mean, there was nothing, the management, because you're still in the mountain, so bring it up and down. And then they will when it's all assembled, they will spray the cement. Well, we certainly hope so, and we're actually quite optimistic now. We were, it was a big challenge, so we were monitoring, and we are still monitoring very closely the works that are happening in Cortina. And I have to say that just on the 8th of August, we had a visit by the international federations and the IOC technical teams, together with our team and the construction company. And honestly, the feedback was quite positive, and we are quite impressed by the work they've done. As I'm not an engineer, so for me, I cannot say, on a technical way, but visibly it's really impressive, and also the report from the technicians from the federation and our own technician are quite positive. So I'm optimistic now that the sliding center will happen in Cortina.
There's a lot of people working on it, huh?
Yeah, in fact, there's not that many.
All right, enough.
All right. I think that's one of our biggest challenges. We have a great contrast between the urban atmosphere of Milan and the more traditional atmosphere of the mountains, and we have to play with that. So I'm sure Milan will react exceptionally well to events. The city used to large events, and they always react extremely positively. And in the mountains, of course, everyone has to do their part, and we invited all the territories here in Paris. They spent some days with us looking around the city, and I think they got really, really involved, engaged, and I'm sure now they're back, and they will be very helpful working together to make sure that all the spectators and the athletes would live a similar atmosphere that we've lived finally here after 2 editions of the games with no public or very limited public. I'm sure even the Winter Games will take a benefit from that.
Event e poi ne faremo una parte invece nell'inizio dell'inverno 25-26, per cui nella parte finale.
First of all, we believe that in winter sports, in many sports, we will have a different crowd. So who is really interested in the skating and hockey, very rarely are also interested in biathlon or vice versa. So they are clusterized already by themselves, by their own habits, and the big biathlon fans, they go there and they spend hours in the cold. Maybe they're not so interested in figure skating. So we think that would be a sort of a natural subdivision of fans. But in any ways, we will organize a specific transportation. They can use public transport to get closer to the venue, and then we will have a shuttle system bringing the spectators to the venues themselves, so to avoid to have private cars driving to the venues. And I think we're really working very hard with the local territories, with the companies that normally provide this transportation, to make sure that you can have the experience and travel from the mountains to the city, to the mountains, and in a proper way.
And the photos.
And the photos. You have the photos.